Today on Yester Kitchen, we are wrapping up our Hanukkah series with one fabulous dessert. You're gonna love it. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Jill and this is Yester Kitchen. If you're new here, welcome. It would be an honor to have you join us as we explore retro history through food. Food? Oh yeah, food. There's no better way. Okay, so today we are wrapping up our Hanukkah series and we are wrapping it up with something fabulous. So it's super common to have donuts. Yes, donuts at Hanukkah. Why? Because they're fried and we love anything that's cooked in oil. If you missed why, check out that video. I go into the whole story of why we just love to eat fried foods on Hanukkah. So donuts, super popular. Truthfully, the most popular donut for Hanukkah is a jelly donut, but that's a yeast dough, and I really want to make something that you're going to just run out and make. So these are super easy, and as a matter of fact, they are made from a muffin mix. I kid you not. So these are going to come together super quickly. I went out and I bought a blueberry muffin mix, and you're just going to go ahead and let's see, where is it? Here it is. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to open that little can of blueberries that comes in your blueberry muffin mix. Get out your happy little strainer. You're gonna pour your blueberries in over the sink. It's gonna be a mess. And then you're gonna pour cold water, low cold water, you don't wanna like hammer these guys, over the blueberries until you can see the water just start to clearing out. It's never gonna be 100% clear, but until it's just, most of the purple is gone. Then you're gonna put them in a little tiny container, just like that. And we are gonna put these things aside. The next thing we're gonna do is we have a happy little mixing bowl. And in here, I poured the actual muffin mix straight out of the box. To that, we are gonna add a half a cup of flour. And by the way, this glorious recipe, I'm gonna give it a little stir, came out of 1979. And oh, I've made these so many times. They're just perfect. So now to this muffin mix and flour, we're gonna add 3/4 cup of milk. And you know me, I like to use whole milk. You don't have to, not on this one. And I have one little cute little egg that I'm just gonna whisk around just a tiny bit, and in it goes. And now we're gonna mix this all together. Now with muffin mix, it's kind of the same when you're making pancakes or waffles. You don't wanna over mix your batter. So we're just gonna mix it just enough until everything is moistened. And it might be a little lumpy, and that is just exactly what you want. So give me just one more second to get this batter to come together, and I'll be right back. Looks like our batter is pretty much ready to go. Now we're gonna take our little blueberries that we drained and put aside, and in goes the batter. See, you are gonna get some residual purple, but that's okay. And then you wanna be super gentle and super slow when you mix these blueberries in. Just take your time. Say hello to the blueberries. Now, if you forget to drain them, you're gonna have very purple donuts. But you're also gonna have extra liquid and it's not gonna bake quite right. So you definitely, well, we're not baking, we're actually frying because remember the whole Hanukkah thing. But you definitely wanna try to get as much of that purple juice out as you can. Okay, so now it looks like our blueberries are nicely incorporated. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this out of the way, and I'm gonna bring in a large skillet. This is hot, so I gotta be careful, I don't want to burn my fingers. A large skillet with about an inch of canola oil. You can use vegetable oil too, but don't use any other oil. These are, actually peanut oil is a beautiful oil to fry in. I'm gonna take a trusty Ziploc bag, and you can use a paper bag, or you can put it like in a pie plate or some kind of shell, maybe an 8x8 baking dish, and do it that way and just roll your donuts. But they're gonna have sugar and cinnamon all over them. And I'm doing it this way so you can see the donuts shake around a little bit. So in we go. Half a cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon cinnamon. And then you're just gonna kind of mix that up and get that all ready. And another thing we have ready is 1 plate with some paper towels on it because you're gonna wanna drain your oil. I think we're ready to go. So I think our oil is hot enough, but how do you know? Well, I I've got 2 tablespoons in my batter, and I'm just gonna take a tiny, tiny bit of the batter and put it right in the center of the oil. There we go. And you can watch, look at that, it's frying up immediately. So we're gonna say our oil is ready. Look at that, it's just frying adorably. So, okay, we're gonna get this guy out because we're gonna, well, we can just leave him in there and finish cooking. Nothing wrong with a teeny weeny little donut. Okay, it is time to fry. Hanukkah is such a great time. I mean, come on, 8 presents, 1 present each night. What kid is gonna say no to that? And by the way, we do celebrate both in our family. And it's such a great time. 6 kids, growing family, holidays are pretty awesome around here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a tablespoon of dough. I will show you, don't worry, I'll show you before it goes in the oil. Okay, so I've got a tablespoon of dough. And you're just gonna push it from one spoon to another and drop it in your pan. And the reason you want a skillet and not a pot is so you have a lot of surface for all your donuts. And then we're just gonna continue to do this and make each cute little donut. And I will be right back when our skillet is full of sizzling donuts. So our donuts are sizzling away. Take a look. So you definitely don't want to overcrowd your pan. So, I mean, I could have fit more in there, but then it gets too hard to turn. So I still have half of my batter, and I'm gonna do that after these guys are done. So what you want is you want the bottoms to brown, which they've done, and then you want to flip them over and give the other side a chance to brown. So that's what we're gonna do right now. They're not all completely ready. No, that one's not ready yet. You definitely want hot enough oil, because if it's too cool, it'll absorb oil instead of keep it on the outside and get it all crispy. So we're just gonna keep checking these guys and turning them over. There we go. Oh, look how happy they are. See, you can make donuts. It is so easy. You don't need to make a yeast dough, although there's nothing wrong with that, but these are easy. Look at that. Okay, that one's not quite done yet. So I'm gonna continue to babysit these guys, and I will be back when I've got some beautiful, beautiful donuts ready to dunk in that cinnamon sugar. Okay, it is time. Take a look. Look, they're all beautiful and golden brown, and they're golden brown on each side, and I think I neglected to mention the temperature. You want your oil at about 365. If you have a candy thermometer, that'll tell you exactly where it is. If you don't, like I said, just drop a tiny bit of batter in and see how quickly it'll brown up. Okay, so now we're gonna take our little cuties out, and we're just gonna set them on a paper towel so all that extra oil can drip out. I'm telling you guys, these, oh, I lost one. These are so good, it's ridiculous. Now, when you put your next batch in, you don't want to put it immediately in because your oil has cooled down from making all these donuts. So you want to wait, well, if you have a thermometer, you'll know, maybe about 3 or 4 minutes till your oil gets hot again. Then you can put your next batch in, but in the meantime, we have these. Oh, some of them are escaping. And then we're going to let them rest on the paper towel for just a few moments. Just like that. And then we're gonna stick them in the cinnamon sugar. Be right back. Okay, our donuts have drained. All that's left is to give them a little sugar and spice. So we're just gonna put a few in at a time, right into our bag. And this is probably, oops, this is probably a fun part for the kids. Just don't let them touch the hot donuts, but shaking up, kids love doing that. Well, mine did. Hopefully yours does too. All right, so let's get these out of the way so you can see these gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous donuts. Look at that. Oh, I'm telling you, there is no easier way to make donuts. And of course, donuts aren't just for Hanukkah, as you know. So this is like a great, great thing to make pretty much any time of the year. One more shake, and you get the idea. They're actually very fritter-like for my New Orleans friends. They're a little more dense, but they still have that fritter feel. And there we go. Blueberry donuts, cinnamon sugar, made from a muffin mix. Who would have thought? So we are ending our Hanukkah series with beautiful blueberry donuts. And how easy was that, right? Just like that. So make some for your family. I hope you enjoyed this series. We are now moving on to Christmas. And I've got some great dishes for you, including a cocktail, of course. This is just such a great time of year. I absolutely love it. If you would like to explore more dishes from your childhood or just the past, I invite you to subscribe. I release new videos every Tuesday and Friday. In the meantime, here's some more retro dishes for you. And remember, every dish, even blueberry donuts, how easy was that? Has a story. I'll see you in the next video.